All right, we'll talk a little bit about a panic attack today. What is a panic attack? And do you have them? There's all sorts of different types of panic attacks. Some are real mild and some are real strong, which I've had them all, and I try to tell you about my life experience, and hopefully you can relate to it. And many friends of mine that I've known through the years with anxiety, I try to throw their experience in it as well. So what I can tell you is sometimes you'll have a panic attack. It'll just be a real mild one. You could be just sitting there at work or staring out the window, and you'll feel just this quick impending doom kind of. And impending doom, what is that? Like, you feel like something's wrong. Something's wrong. You can't catch your breath. You feel like maybe you're going to die. You don't know what's going on. You really can't pinpoint anything, but you just feel that, that sense of fear, really strong fear. That could be a mild one. Now, when you get a full-fledged panic attack, which aren't fun at all, I've had them to where I hyperventilate. It's hard to take a breath in, and you feel like you can't catch your breath and you're going to die. I've had them so strong where I've laid on the bathroom floor when I was sick, because I hate being sick. Us anxiety people hate being sick, and we hate feeling different or something wrong with our bodies. So when I was sick one time, I felt like I was going to puke. I was laying on the bathroom floor, and all of a sudden I felt like I was going to throw up, and I didn't throw up, but I got real nervous. I don't know why. Probably because I didn't feel normal. But I laid on the bathroom floor, and I got so nervous, the side of my face started to tingle. I felt like I was going to pass out. I was dizzy. I couldn't have stood up if I wanted to. I screamed for my fiance to come in the bathroom. Told her how I was feeling. I have beads of sweat dripping off my face. Lips tingling, hands, fingers tingling. Eyesight is another major one. I looked at her and I barely could see her. It started to go tunnel, started to go black. My eyesight was lost. Things like this can happen, and I think it's a sudden pump of adrenaline that scares you in your body. And I truly think it's because we're not focusing on our breathing again. I was shallow breathing, or I was breathing too fast, what was putting too much carbon dioxide into my body, and that could be as well. So what I did is I was scared. I would have jumped in my car and drove myself to the ER. But on that panic attack, I felt so terrible, I don't think I could have even stood up. I crawled over to the bathtub, turned the ice cold water on, stuck my head under it, and stuck my hands under it, which that ice cold water sometimes will shock you out of it. If you're feeling a panic attack, I can tell you from experience, turn the shower on ice cold, jump in that shower and stand there. And that sometimes will snap you out of it, and it'll help quite a bit. So there's all sorts of panic attacks you can have. I have general anxiety, panic attack disorders, and I work on them every day. I try to dare through them. There's a program called DARE, which I follow real good and real well. And they tell you that you have to fight through them. You know it's just a panic attack. You know what's going to happen. You know what is happening after you're cleared by a doctor, of course. If you're always scared that something's seriously wrong with you, go in and get a second opinion. If they tell you you're fine, then move on and know they're just panic attacks. But there's all sorts of sensations. You can't pinpoint one. Everybody has different sensations. The tingly face, of course, the sweating, the breathing, the hyperventilating. If you pass out, well, I guess you just pass out. You'll fall on the floor and wake up a couple seconds later. They say a panic attack is harmless. They are uncomfortable, not life-threatening, but they are very scary. And I feel for everybody that gets them. They're terrible. So if you have any questions, leave a comment, and we'll all try to answer them and tell you if we get the same symptoms you do, or if we've heard of the same symptoms. It's always nice to know you're not alone, and trust me, you're not alone. There's 80 to 100 million people in the world that deal with these, that are documented. There's probably 100 million more that never tell anybody or go to the doctor. But me, I would always run to the doctor. just because I guess I felt safe at a doctor's office. But they say you are just as safe at a doctor's office or sitting on a deserted island with nobody around when you're having a panic attack, because they are harmless. So thanks for coming, and thanks for listening. Have a great day.